Okay, let's just dive right into this explainer by tackling a struggle pretty much all of us face. Whether it's putting off that looming performance review, delaying a massive term paper, or, just sitting there staring at a blank screen instead of writing one scary email, I really want to validate exactly what's happening in your brain right now. We're going to unpack the actual hard neuroscience behind why we put things off. So, are you just lazy? You might feel incredibly guilty sitting there at your desk, dodging the one single task you know you need to do. But I'm here to completely shatter the myth that laziness is your problem. Honestly, by any measure, you're likely a highly driven person capable of real sustained effort. So, why on earth are you paralyzed? Well, here is the undeniable truth. Putting things off is actually a biological failure to process negative emotions. It is absolutely not a time management issue. The neuroscience shows us that procrastination isn't really about the task itself, right? It's entirely about managing the discomfort or the boredom or the anxiety that the specific task generates. Let's get right into section 1, the amygdala hijack. Inside your skull, there is this wildly unfair fight going on. On one side, you've got your amygdala. That's this tiny, ancient threat detector that operates incredibly fast and strictly values the now. On the other side, you have your prefrontal cortex. That's the slow, logical center where your long-term planning lives, valuing the later. To your fast-acting amygdala, an intimidating spreadsheet registers the exact same way as a saber-toothed tiger jumping out of the bushes. Meanwhile, your logical prefrontal cortex, it's just way too slow to stop the panic. And this is what we call an amygdala hijack. The defining factor here is simply timing. The amygdala sounds the alarm so fast and so loudly that your brain literally forces you to avoid the task just to regulate your discomfort before reason even has a chance to kick in. You don't consciously decide to procrastinate. Your amygdala decides for you in milliseconds, basically taking your rational prefrontal cortex entirely offline.
Okay, moving to section 2, the perfectionism habit loop.
So there's a massive misconception out there that we really need to clear up. You do not procrastinate because you have high standards. Those are called perfectionistic strivings. They're driven by aspiration, and they actually help you work and decrease procrastination. You procrastinate because of perfectionistic concerns, meaning the intense, totally paralyzing fear of failing to meet those impossible standards. And this creates a really toxic habit loop. When you face a task with stakes, that's your trigger. Your resulting behavior is to delay. Why? Well, because not starting is actually the reward. I know, it sounds crazy, but as long as you delay, you get this rush of temporary relief. You haven't failed yet. Not starting becomes a neurological reward because it preserves your self-image. You get to keep the comfortable fantasy that you could have done it perfectly, if you just had the time. And this biological trap? It's getting so much worse. We've seen a staggering 5-fold increase